Not enough. They don't respect the life of Michael Jackson. They don't respect the evidence, and that's the problem.
Well, you know what's amazing? They can take a guy who stole a pizza and give him 3 strikes and life without the possibility of parole.
That's right. It just doesn't make any sense that the administration of this sleeping agent, this propofol, which is also known as Diprovan, over and over and over again, it was like playing Russian roulette with 6 chambers of the gun filled. By gum, it's going to cause this kind of problem, and it certainly did. I warned about it. The people around this family, Mrs. Jackson in particular, Mr. Jackson especially.
Mr. Oxman?
He said this is going to kill Michael, and lo and behold, it did.
Mr. Oxman, we have a very special guest on the phone, and we're not going to say who it is yet, but we're just waiting for a confirmation from that person. But could you elaborate again on what you just said? Because people need to hear that again.
Mr. Jackson wanted to have a meeting with all the people who were surrounding Michael Jackson in May, which was about 30 days before Michael Jackson died. He didn't like what was going on, and I know that there's a lot of controversy surrounding Michael Jackson's dad,
yes,
Joe Jackson. But let me tell you something. That was 40 years ago. This man loved his son. He was someone who was always there for his son. If you will remember the picture of Michael coming to court in his pajamas, who was right there next to Michael Jackson making sure that his son got to court? It was his dad, Joe Jackson. He was always there for Michael. Michael loved him. He adored him. They had a meeting with all the people who surrounded Michael 30 days before he died, and Mr. Jackson said to all these folks, hey, you're going to do something bad to my son. He can't go through this. What you're doing to him is wrong. And 30 days later, Michael Jackson was dead. And then we want to say it was an accident? I'm sorry, Eddie. It just don't add up.
Oh, it doesn't add up at all. What we're going to do is we have we have Twiggy in the studio with us. Twiggy, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
You're doing pretty good?
Yes.
Did you have a question that you would like to ask Mr. Oxman?
Well, I wanted to go back to the DeLeo situation, Frank DeLeo, and talk about the Allgood lawsuit that's upon this family in regards to the signature that he placed on a contract.
Now you said his name is Frank DeLeo.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Oxman, do you know anything about Frank DeLeo?
Oh, I sure do. There was a $300 million claim made against the estate by Allgood Entertainment. It was supported by a contract which Frank DeLeo signed with Allgood Entertainment, saying that he was going to deliver to Allgood Entertainment Michael Jackson, Randy Jackson, Jermaine, Jackie, Tito, Marlon, and that they were all going to perform for Allgood Entertainment. Well, the problem was he didn't represent any of them, and that included Michael. He had no authority whatsoever to sign on behalf of Michael Jackson. Now you have the estate who has employed Mr. DeLeo, who is a representative of the estate. He's contacted me. I've talked to him many, many times as his representative capacity on the estate. So Allgood Entertainment is suing the estate for $300 million. And frankly, Eddie, I don't blame them.
Wow. And so how do we get Mr. DeLeo out of the position that he's in, Mr. Oxman?
Well, this is a matter for the court and the judge and the administrators of the estate. When administrators don't know what they're doing, when they go around doing incompetent things, I think it just needs to be brought to the attention. And frankly, this is one of the most irresponsible, incompetent episodes that you ever want to take a look at.
Wow. Okay, we have a Michael Jackson tribute artist in the studio with us, Mr. Oxman, Mr. Michael Kiss, who's been doing some things for the kids in the community, who wanted to say hi to you. Michael Kiss, go right ahead.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, Michael. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you, too. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing with us all this information.
You got it.
Now, Michael Kiss, is this the signature that you received from Michael Jackson? We just want to show you this. Here, let me hold that up. Let's hold it up. Let's get a close-up on this. Now, when did you receive this, Michael?
On June 13th, of 2009, and it's from when he was leaving one of the rehearsal areas for the This Is It tour.
Wow, and this is his autograph?
Yeah, he stopped for the fans, and he had us, line up, and we gave him presents. He was very, very kind, very sweet.
Well, wait a minute. I think we have a very, very special guest on the phone. Hold on, Mr. Oxman. We're going to get you on the line right now. If I'm not mistaken, let's bring the music down just a little bit. Just keep it on. This is Mr. Joe Jackson. Clap it up for Mr. Joe Jackson. Mr. Joe Jackson, are you there? Can you get on speaker? Oh, Mr. Joe Jackson, hold on a second. We're going to get you on speaker. Just a moment. Okay, Mr. Jackson, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you, Mr. Jackson?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, clap it up for Mr. Joe Jackson. Mr. Jackson, Mr. Oxman, are you on the phone?
I sure am. Hey,
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm
Jackson.
on the phone. I'm talking to you.
Great to talk to you.
We're just letting you know that Mr. Oxman's on the phone too, Mr. Jackson.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Oxman is on the phone. Mr. Brian Oxman's on the phone with you.
Oh, yes. Brian, hey, Brian, how are you?
We're hanging in there, Mr. Jackson. Great to talk to you.
So, Mr. Jackson, could you just tell us in your own words how you feel about what's going on?
Well, in my own words, I feel like justice is not being done. My son murdered. And we're trying to, all I'm trying to do is get justice, because you got justice. That's all it takes.
Leo, can we drop the music, Leo, completely, Leo? Let's drop the music. So, Mr. Jackson, please repeat that again. Go right ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, what I'm looking for is justice, and I'm not getting justice at all. Certain things are supposed to happen that don't happen, and we try all we can do to make things happen for justice. Now, look back at all of that stuff. So, basically, I'm sad the way things are being carried out. We got to go to another level, maybe federal or something.
Well, Mr. Jackson, I want you to know, I do civil rights. I do not work with the Jackson family, but I do work for everybody. And when I say that, doing civil rights, as I stated to Mr. Oxman, I think that we should take this all the way to the Supreme Court. I think we should march to the White House and take it all the way to the Supreme Court. What do you think, Mr. Oxman? Clap it up, you guys. Mr. Oxman, what do you think about that?
Here, Eddie. Absolutely right. I think you're right.
I think it's fine if you're talking to me. It's fantastic. But the idea is just making it happen. There's a lot of talk, but a lot of bargain, but no bite.
Okay, well, I have a lot of bite. Mr. Jackson, and what I'm going to look forward to doing, you have my word. We're going to meet, if it's okay with you, sometime this week coming up, and I promise you I'm going to have numbers and more numbers and more numbers, and we're going to get to the White House. We're going to go to the Supreme Court, and we're not going to bark, we're going to bite, okay? We're going to bite.
I agree. Fantastic. I'm glad of that because that's what needs to be done. You're not getting justice at all.
Well, is there anything, how's the rest of your kids holding up behind this, Mr. Jackson?
It's hard for them to, it's hard for the whole family, because Michael was the type of kid that he was a very good person, and he loved everybody, color, black, white, red, anybody, he just helped everybody.
Yes, he did.
The way he went away from me, this ain't right.
Well, I want you to know we're not only supporting you, we're going to be at the courthouse too, right? Everybody clap it up if you're going to the courthouse. We want you to know, Mr. Jackson, we will be at the courthouse supporting you until this is over. Mr. Oxman, you don't mind if we're all there, do you?
You betcha, and I urge everyone who's listening to you to go there too, because somebody's got to say loud and clear, this is wrong. This is a father, Joe Jackson, fighting for justice for his son. Get out there and support him.
And we have to change the laws. I mean, maybe we might need to change a law here in order to get the right things stuck on Dr. Conrad Murray and the crew behind him, whoever that crew may be. Mr. Jackson, I want to ask you, what do you want to do next? I mean, what do you want to see happen for you and the family at this point?
My whole thing is just, I just mentioned. But we're looking for justice because you got justice, you're all right. We ain't getting that.
That's right. Well, I said it last week. If Dr. King or Malcolm X or Cesar Chavez or Gandhi was alive, they would be so upset to know that what happened to Michael, the way that it happened, it just was not right.